Hey everybody, Z Garcia here, and today I'm taking a look at a small set collection card game called Gap from Arcane Wonders, and in this one you are going to be playing cards in front of you to your collection, and based on that card, possibly taking some more from the center and adding those to your collection. What are you trying to collect? Well, therein lies the rub, because you want a lot of some cards and very few of others. Let me go ahead and show you how this works, and we'll come on back and I'll tell you what I think of it. To set up the game, we are going to shuffle up the deck, deal each player a hand. In this case, we're playing with 4 players, so everybody gets 6 cards. Then we are going to reveal 4 cards on the table and set the deck aside. You are ready to begin. On your turn, you must play a card to your play area. You'll collect that card. And so, for instance, this player perhaps would play this 9 here to their play area. After you play one, you must check the cards in the center. And if there are any matching cards, you will collect all of them. And that is the number that you're looking for a match for. So if there are any 9s, and indeed there are, you would take them all. If there are multiple 9s, by the way, again, they have to take them all. And then we will replenish the line back up to 4, and the next player will go. If when you play a card, there are none of those out there of that number, so the first thing we'll check is, are there any 7s? No. Then you'll check neighboring numbers, the 6 and the 8. And the cards do remind you of that right here. There's a 5 and a 7 right there below the 6. Then you'll check that. Are there any 6s? Are there any 8s? If there are, you must take one of each. And so this player will get this 6, and there are no 8s, so they are done. And then the final option, of course, is if you play a card and there are no matching numbers, 6 over here, there's no 6s and there are no 5s and no 7s, then you merely collect the card you played. And this is going to continue around the table until all the players have run out all the cards in their hand. This player maybe plays this 1 and collects both of these 1s here because you have to take them all. They replenish the line back up to 4, and we keep going. At the end of the hand, and I'll go ahead and jump forward here, we are going to score what you've taken. Everybody will score their own score and see who's coming out on top. So let me go ahead and just focus in on one player's area. I'll go ahead and select this player, move them over, and we'll do the scoring for them. First, you'll check which card color you have the most of. In this case, these pinks here. And you are going to get 1 point per card. So this player has 4 positive points. And then you'll check what color you have the least of. And those will be negative points. So minus 1 point from here. So this player's score would be 3. However, ties combine those colors. Meaning, if I had just one more yellow card, these are both tied for my largest groups. And I'm getting positive 8 points. Minus 1 from this would be a 7 total. And the same is true at the bottom. So if instead of that, I had, say, that combination, I would have 4 positive points, and then both of these tie at the bottom, which is negative 2 for 2 positive points. You will shuffle up once everyone scores, you write that down, you deal another hand, and you continue playing hands until you reach the agreed upon end game score. For a short game, that's 15 points. Medium, you go up to 30. If you want a long game, you can go up to 70 points. Or really, you can set whatever score you want to trigger the end of the entire game. Whoever has the most points, of course, is the winner. So as you can see, the gameplay is pretty simple, and the rules are pretty simple as long as you can wrap your head around the order of things. Play a card. If there are some of that exact number, take them all. If not, then step B, and if not, then nothing, right? So as long as you can wrap your head around that sort of tiered triggering, then you are set. And it's very easy to play this game, to converse, to have an easy time socializing and playing this card game. As far as the gameplay itself goes, there's certainly a lot of luck in this game. But I find that it evolves the more you play, and I've found the game just continuing to grow and grow and grow on me. To the point that I really find it to be a really fun filler right now. Production, I was sort of baffled by when I first saw it. The fact that these cards, every single one of them has all this foiling all over it, I found garish. I find it just looks cheap, honestly, and it still does to me, and that's not a positive. I don't think these cards suddenly got better for me. Card quality is fine. I just find all the foiling to be a little garish, but when you think of the target audience here, and the target audience is, I think, largely non-gamers, folks who enjoy Uno, folks who enjoy those types of easily available card games, then I think the idea here to jump off the shelf, to have that sort of shiny appeal to it, is probably fine. And I don't find the game's fascination with foiling to be a detractor from the gameplay itself. Speaking of that gameplay itself, luck is certainly a part, like I alluded to. It's going to have some luck. But there's a few really interesting things that I think are subtle, certainly, but make the gameplay engaging and make your turns be not mindless. You have to decide what you want to do. For one thing, at the beginning of every round, if you are holding these cards in your hand, and I'm just picking some random cards here, you know that you're going to have all these cards on the table in front of you. These will never change. You will end up with these. And adapting to that, going, I have a lot of blue. I should keep taking blue. Any chance I get, I should take some blue. Hey, look at that. I have a 5 in my hand, and the blue 5 is out there. Bam, I should take that, because I know, even if this is my first play, I know I'm going to end up with these other blues on the table in front of me. And then besides that, attempting to nail a double number, right? Double color, I should say. Having 4 red and 4 blue, and that being your most populous color or colors. That means you're going to be scoring positive 8 points. Now, of course, that's a push your luck idea a little bit, because on the very last card play that you have to play, you might bust one of those colors and make one of them go to 5, and suddenly you went from scoring positive 8 to just positive 5, right? But I really enjoy the way that plays out. There's a little give and take. There's a little riding the line to try to get things to just line up right. And even when you mess something like that up, it doesn't feel as punishing. It feels like you went for something and you couldn't quite pull it off at the end, right? The cards didn't go your way. So there's a nice amount of tactics near the beginning of a round that slowly shifts into luck near the end of the round. And I find that curve to be very engaging. So I like this one. The gameplay is not too long. Scoring is pretty simple. I do not find this idea of, if you want to play a short game, it's 15 points. Medium game, 30. Long game, 70 points. That's what the rulebook says. That's crazy. You're scoring a few points each hand. So playing to 70, I just don't see the appeal there, but maybe you do. The good part is this is fully arbitrary. Pick whatever number you want to. You know what I mean? You want to play to 10 points? Play to 10. 30 seems like too much for a medium game, so you want to play to 25, then play to 25. I like that you can do whatever you want to there. It's not in the rules, but anybody who plays this game twice, you'll go, well, let's just adjust it. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't matter, right? So, and I like that as well. Gameplay, though, which is where it's at, this is a nice little card game. I think it's going to appeal to the folks who like Uno. I think it's going to appeal to folks who like more games, a broader spectrum of games, when they just want to sit down, play something incredibly casual with a balance between tactics and luck and chat. You can play this and be engaged in conversation, and on your turn, bam, okay, I'm going for blue. There's some blue, I'll take that. I really enjoyed the way this worked out. So there you go. It's certainly not a revolutionary game. And like I said, there are some visual issues that I'm not super thrilled about. And the whole scoring thing just seems a little wonky. To play to 70 is wild. But overall, I think this is a solid little filler that I would certainly recommend to folks who enjoy light card games. Want something that has no special abilities, no funky card powers, just colors and numbers, and they want, again, something that you can be engaged in, play, but also disengage and have some conversation. So for me, this is going to get a 7.5. I really enjoyed it. It's, in fact, a game I'm going to be keeping in my collection and utilizing for those moments when I want something that this is going to fit to a T. So 7.5, that's a seal of approval, everybody, for Gap. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. My name is Z Garcia, and I'm going to see you on the next one.